Streets and trick, streets and trick, streets and trick, streets and trick.
What's going on, y'all? This is Streets. Today we're gonna do the second tutorial on the clip gain feature in Pro Tools. The clip gain feature, you can use it for a few things. The main four things that I use it for when we're mixing in sessions is compression or like a leveling. So if you got a part of a track that's real high and you got another part that's real low, you can use the clip gain to balance those two out. You can use it for fading. You can use it for de-essing if you got like a lot of tss and a lot of harsh sounds. You can use the clip gain to adjust those, and then you can also use the clip gain for getting rid of like loud breaths or just like bad sounds you don't want in the track, like breathing, clicks, just weird mouth sounds, just weird things. So let's just jump to it. One thing in here, the clip gain, I don't know a shortcut for it, but it's two ways to get to it. You can right click on the track, and you can go to clip gain. You go to show clip gain line. Another way you can do it, you can go up to view and then go to clip and then go to clip gain line. So today the record that we're gonna play is from Slim 400 featuring YG and Kiddo. It's called Turn Up, produced by Sizzle. It's a record that was previously mixed, but for the purpose of the tutorial, I went in and hid all the tracks except for these three, which is the beat, the auxiliary, and the actual lead vocal for YG. See, there's no plugins on it, so everything's just real raw. So I'm gonna go ahead and just play a few seconds of it so you guys hear what it sounds like right now.
So heavy, nigga. You know what it is. Bitch, my niggas gon' turn up, get your ass murdered. Slow hitting counters with scopes on the burners. Fucking with the stripping hoes, I never took them though. I just stick them hoes, cost them and flip them hoes.
Alright, so what we'll do, we'll just focus on just this first half of it here. So just right now off the top, you guys can kind of see on the intro,
So heavy.
the part where he says 100 is kind of loud, and you can see that from the actual track right there. So what you'll do is you just go in and you'll select the hand tool, and then you'll make 1 point before and then 1 point after, and then you just drag the volume down on it. You can drag it up too if it's too low, if it's too loud, drag it down. So let's see what that sounds like now.
So heavy.
See, it's a lot. It blends in with the track more. Then you can also use it for fading. So it's a lot of pre-roll right here. So you can come in and you can delete it, or you can use the clip gain just to fade it. So you still just make that 1 point, and you just grab this one here at the beginning. You just drag it straight down. Another thing you can do to also get rid of like the silence in between the parts where he's talking, you can just drag it down like that too, so that way you don't get any excess breathing or any weird noises or anything. Another option you can do that I really don't do is you can do the strip silence. The shortcut for it is Control U, and you can come up here to to adjust how much of it that you want to take out. But for me, I feel that it works better just going in and just getting it manually. So let's see what we got here. Let's jump to the main part.
So heavy, nigga. You know what it is. Bitch, my niggas gon' turn up.
So let's take a look at that T right there. So you'll get a lot of tss and a lot of tss. A lot of those sounds, they'll come through really harsh, especially when you start EQing it and putting the compression on it. So what we do for the clip gain, we're gonna just lower those, so that way it's not as harsh once we get into the actual mixing of it.
Bitch, my niggas gon' turn up.
So let me see here. So we can zoom in on this, on the actual T part of a turn up.
Bitch, my niggas gon' turn up.
So you just click in there, and then from there you can just drag it down to get rid of some of the harshness on it.
My niggas gon' turn up. Get your ass murdered.
See, so now it's not as harsh. So with using the clip gain, getting rid of it aids the de-esser. So you know, whenever you're mixing, the less work that the plugins have to do, the more natural it's gonna sound, the better it's gonna come out sounding. So the more we can do here through clip gain, the less work that the de-esser and the compressors and the EQs have to do, so it'll come out sounding a lot better, a lot more natural.
My niggas gon' turn up. Get your ass murdered. My niggas gon' turn up. Get your ass murdered. Slow hit.
Let's drag over so we find some other parts we don't
My
want.
niggas gon'
Go
turn
ahead,
up.
turn down
Get
some.
your ass murdered. Slow hitting count.
So the slow, that's in slow, we're gonna just go in there, just make those 2 points, and then we're just gonna drag it down a little bit, just to get rid of some of the harshness.
My niggas gon' turn up. Get your ass murdered. Slow hitting count up.
See, now in that one, it went down too far, because you hear the volume adjust on it, so let's not turn it down as much.
My niggas gon' turn up. Get your ass murdered. Slow hitting count up.
Still a little bit too much, so let's just drag it up just a little bit. See if we get it
My
sound right.
niggas gon' turn up. Get your ass murdered. Slow hitting count up.
So yeah,
My
so
niggas
that's a lot
gon' turn
better.
up. Get your ass murdered. Slow hitting count up. With scopes on.
And then you hear it on like the corner, on corner. Just drag
My
that down
niggas
some.
gon' turn up. Get your ass murdered. Slow hitting count up. With scopes.
See, now that on corner is not as harsh. Just to blow everything up a little bit so it's easier to see.
My niggas gon' turn up. Get your ass murdered. Slow hitting count up. With scopes on.
That's scopes too.
My niggas gon' turn up. Get your ass murdered. Slow hitting count up. With scopes on the burners.
And then the S at the end of scopes. Let's drag those down.
My niggas
Just to
gon'
clean it up
turn
just a little bit.
Get your ass murdered. Slow hitting count up. With scopes on the burners.
And you can see here that burner is much louder than everything else. So let's just adjust that down some.
My niggas gon' turn up. Get your ass murdered. Slow hitting count up. With scopes on the burners. Fucking with the stripping hoes. I never took them though. My niggas gon' turn up. Fucking with the stripping hoes.
And then that on stripper, let's turn that down too. So that way when you get into the EQing part, when you get to like the high ends, like the syllabants frequencies, like the 7s and 8s and 9s and so on, those it'll really start boosting there. So decreasing it here, making that sound as harsh once you get to that part.
Fucking with the stripping hoes. I never took them though. I just stick them hoes cost. Fucking with the stripping hoes. I never took them though. I just
So if you see right here, he has a breath.
took them though. I just
So you can see that breath right there. There's also one before it, but it's not that bad. So do it for your own personal taste. Like if you feel that some of the inhales are harsh and it's taken away from the record, then go ahead and turn it down some. If not, you can leave it. Me, I like to decrease all of them some just to get rid of it, because once again, once you get into the compression, even though it's small now, once you compress it, it's going to get big and it'll stand out in a bad way, which you really don't want. So I tend to decrease all the breathing parts too.
I never took them though. I just stick them hoes
See, you hear the difference in there now, how you can't really hear that breath.
though. I just stick them.
And then if you want to decrease the, not decrease, but if you want to get rid of a point, if you hold Alt, the plus sign will turn into a negative sign and you'll get rid of it. So you can do like a before and after.
Though I just stick them hoes. Though I just stick
So you hear that breath there, and if we come in and put it back down,
them though. I just stick them
it's a lot less harsh.
hoes. I never
And you typically can see the breaths, they look like footballs too, compared to everything else. They're usually solid. So we just drag that down there, put that point. Just then bring it over some.
hoes. I never took them though.
But you gotta be careful not to get too much like how I did. I took some of the S on hoes on there, so let's take that off.
Hoes. I never took them though. I just stick them hoes. Hoes. I never took them though. I just stick them hoes cost. I'm flipping hoes. I'm getting money now. My homies is too. And if I fuck, then I hoes. I never took them though. I just stick them hoes cost.
And then you can always adjust the size of it here, whichever one's best for you. I like jumping in between the two. So this is basically what we do. We just go through all the tracks, especially on the lead. Just get rid of a lot of the harshnesses. Adjust the volume on it so it's a lot more level, so the compressor has less work to do. If there's any punches in the record, or let's say this was a punch right here, what we'll do, we'll go into the end of every piece and then we'll fade it out and then fade in a new piece, so that way you don't get any loud pops or anything in the sound.
I'm getting money now. My homies is too. And if I
Let's say you have a large piece here. Let's say this whole piece was louder than everything else. It was up there like that. And let's say it was its own independent piece. Another thing you can do, instead of using the clip gain to go in and adjust all of them individually, you can come down here and you can just turn it down that way or turn it up vice versa, whichever one works for you. And then another alternative way to do that is you can switch to the tool here, and you can go to it, and then you'll be able to, well, not on that one, but let's say you got the two pieces there. You come here, then you can just grab it, and it'll grab everything in between those two dots. You can turn them up and down too. So that's basically it for the clip game. We showed you guys how we use it and what we use it for. We're gonna have a lot more tutorials coming. If there's any particular type of tutorial that you guys want to see, leave it in the comment box or message me, and then we'll try to get to it soon. Y'all have a good one. Investing in success.